Today on the channel, there's no way out of this Cyber Sunday as we've got Jakks Ruthless Aggression, Eric Bischoff, and Jack Swagger. Welcome everyone, Kyle here. Welcome back to the channel for another Jakks Ruthless Aggression throwback unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we've got from the Cyber Sunday line, we've got Eric Bischoff. From the No Way Out line, we've got Jack Swagger. So Jakks Ruthless Aggression, of course, near and dear to my heart. You guys remember my mad dash to get every single Jakks Ruthless Aggression figure. Completed that line, completed that collection 6 months ago, 8 months ago. What is time? I don't know. But I still have tons of these figures to unbox. Preferably, if I could get them in package, that was the way to go. And I got a lot of those in package, and I have tons more. So we'll pepper these in the channel when things are a little slow every once in a blue moon. We'll do a throwback unboxing like these, and that's what we're going to do today. So let's start it off. Hit it up with Eric Bischoff. Referee-inspired gear here from the Cyber Sunday. I believe he refereed Edge, Randy Orton versus DX. So a very good, I guess, figure representation of a big-time match. I mean, Hall of Famers abound in that match, I guess you would say. And it's always cool to get a referee figure. One of the plights of Jakks and Mattel, and AEW's done a good job. We just recently got Aubrey Edwards as a referee figure, but historically we have not gotten a lot of referees, especially generic referees at least. We've got a few in the old Jakks days, but the Ruthless Aggression era, we got guest referees like this, but not a traditional no-name referee. Jakks TNA did give us Earl Hebner, which is a sleeper referee figure. One of these days we'll do a top 5 referee figures of all time on the channel. I think that'd be a fun one to do, and there's a lot of sleeper referee figures out there, so it could be done. So stay tuned for that in the future. But let's take a look. We're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We'll see where it goes from there. So let's look at this packaging. Now, these pay-per-view series were always interesting. Always interesting with different packaging every single time. Lines like the Classic Superstars where we got the same package throughout, I absolutely loved. But there was something special about the pay-per-view series, and they started the precedent early. Every pay-per-view would have its own inspired packaging. So I always thought that was pretty cool. And I'm a guy that loves packaging uniformity, but I love uniformity of pay-per-view series as well, as that is something they made a pattern, they stuck to it, and I did enjoy it. We'll saw it with the No Way Out, we're seeing it here with the Cyber Sunday, but this one was always a really special packaging, and a lot of great figures in the No Way Out line, or No Way Out, Cyber Sunday line, I should say. Jeff Hardy that rings a bell for a really good one. There's a lot of good ones that came in this packaging. But as we know at Jakks, a lot of the pay-per-view sets had a lot of re-releases, maybe just a few paint deco changes or no changes at all. It was a way to get the figures, get the most of your molds, and we're seeing that in this day and age with Jazzwares already with some of these Amazon exclusives. Same figures, basically repackaged, sent a different way. History, if you don't remember your past, you're doomed to repeat it. So know that, AEW collectors out there. But this one is very cool. It's got the pay-per-view right there. Cyber Sunday background has the theme going on. You got Eric Bischoff, of course, in the package there. Looking only like he could look if he was a referee. Refereeing DX first rated RKO. What's it say here? Series 14 in the pay-per-view series. One figure set. I like it, though. I think this is really cool. A really good one there. I always wanted this one, and this one is actually a little bit tougher to find, and it's tough if you're looking for this loose because a lot of times kids played with it or whatever, and the stripes get smudged up pretty easily. So this is one you truly, if you want to get a good loose one, you got to get it mint on card, and a little harder to find. This possibly is the hardest to find Eric Bischoff figure out there. At least was the one that took me the longest to find when I was looking. On the side, you got some of that Cyber Sunday. On that side, you got a little action right there. There's his glamour shot, WWE logo down below. And, of course, on the back, you got UPC's warnings, all that stuff down below. And then the cross-sell. Jakks, always a master of the cross-sell, as you guys know. Cyber Sunday, Series 14, Jeff Hardy, Eric Bischoff, Umaga, Carlito, John Cena, Booker T. Adrenaline Series 24, there's Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Paul London, Brian Kendrick, and Undertaker and Kane. So some heavy hitter lineups right there. 12 and up, of course. Don't you be 11 years old and getting these. Get an old EB out of the package here. There he goes. See you later. see you later. Whoa, off the top of the screen. Let me fix that. Let me fix that. Gets wild here at the table sometimes. Holy cow. Looks good. Looks good. There it is. Plastic Prison Eric Bischoff. Look at him looking only like he could look. He's got his patented ring bell. Rumor is, and somebody fact check this out there, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct. He actually traveled with this ring bell as it was an AWA ring bell. Back in the day when Kyle first learned of Eric Bischoff, back in the AWA days on ESPN, he saw Eric Bischoff and he'd always have this ring bell with him. And I guess he traveled with it and pulled lots of pranks on the road. Up in Minnesota, northern Iowa and stuff, he'd be rolling down the road and he would roll that window down. And back then it was crank windows. You didn't have that button technology in Eric Bischoff's car, at least at the time. He'd roll that window down and he'd get that out and he'd start paying it and he'd drive by and people would be like, what the heck is he doing? Just kind of a rib Eric would play on the passerbys, other motorists out there, just crazy times. Like I said, somebody can fact check that, but I'm pretty sure that is correct. I don't think you even need to fact check it. Pull that out. There it is. See you later. Get out of here. And we got Eric Bischoff. So we've seen these type of figures before. Little suited body legs going on here, not a ton of side to side or anything like that with these, but basically you're buying this for the referee, and this is a great referee, and I could see a lot of kids, especially at the time, if I was of playing age, I would just use this referee, Eric Bischoff, as a referee every single day in my fig fed. That's what I would do. This is a perfect referee figure. He's got the perfect hand to make the counts going on. Just a great figure. And Jakks, people dog on Jakks all the time. I get it. That's so Jakks. That's so Jakks. Well, that's so Mattel. That's so Jazzwares. We get a lot of that with everybody. Nobody's perfect, especially toy lines of 20-some years ago. I think the people that say that's so Jakks a lot of times are looking at Jakks through today current eyes, and that's not fair. That's not a fair comparison. These were great back in the day, and they're still holding up. This Eric Bischoff head scan is amazing. This looks like Eric Bischoff. You know exactly who this is. The great shading on his gray hair. Just a perfect figure. And then the referee body, you love that. You could boil and pop this, pop his head off, put any head you want on here. You could have this as anybody's referee. So this is a solid figure. A lot of good detail. I mean, it's referee shirt, black pants, got the silver on the button, on his belt there. He is jacked, but Jakks figures were jacked. No pun intended. That's the way they were back then. So people complain about that. You didn't know what Mattel was. There was no such thing as the future. So you got to take this for what it was at the time. Solid figure, solid now, if you ask me. Of course, you got that old tattered ring bell, and we've seen this a million times. We've talked about this a million times. Not going to spend any more time on that old ring bell. But what I'm going to spend some time on is old Jack Swagger, now currently in AEW, Jake Hager. Man, he's been around a long time, all the way back to the Jakks Ruthless Aggression days. It seems crazy, but here we are. He has been around almost 20 years, probably. When did this come out? 2009. So he has been around, and he's a guy that's seen some things. Jack Swagger, Jack Swagger for this instance, he has had a long career, be it MMA, wrestling, AEW, WWE. He has been around a long time. But you got the No Way Out packaging. Once again, very cool packaging here. I might be wrong. This is pay-per-view series 21. I'm going off the top of my head here. This could be, if not the very last pay-per-view series, the second to last. I think it is the very last pay-per-view series of all time. So that is kind of historical there. Not the easiest set to get, of course, with that. But you got Jack Swagger, and like I said, I love the packaging here, the cool cuts, the little changes, the little differences there. Little glamour shot. Very cool. He's got his cookie sheet, and as we all know, Jack Swagger was famous, especially this time. I'm filming this right around Thanksgiving. Who knows when I'll drop this video? It's kind of one of those safety net videos. But I'm filming this around Thanksgiving, and Jack Swagger was known around the holidays. I don't know if you guys knew this, looking around. I don't like to tell this story too often out there, but Jack would always bring in his cookie sheet. And what would he bake? He had these fabulous pumpkin cookies. I mean, I've heard of pumpkin bread, I've heard of pumpkin donuts, but I've never had a pumpkin cookie. And I still haven't, because Jack's never shared the recipe with me. But he makes an amazing pumpkin cookie that he would bring into the locker room on that Thanksgiving loop. He would have them there for everybody, and everybody was always so excited for his pumpkin cookies. Just because, like me, a lot of people have never had a pumpkin cookie. Have you had a pumpkin cookie? Let me know in the comments down below. But I have never had a pumpkin cookie. I would love to try one of Jack Swagger's famous pumpkin cookies. An Oklahoma specialty, I believe. But there he is. Jack, I always felt he looked like an ogre, and we'll talk about that a little bit more when we get this out of the package there. But you got the No Way Out, cool packaging, like I said, beautiful packaging. On the back, there it is. You got the cross cell as usual with the Jakks crew. Always did a beautiful job. You got UPCs, warnings down below, all that fun stuff. Let's see who else is in No Way Out. Series 21. Shawn Michaels, Edge, Randy Orton, Jack Swagger, Triple H, and Shane McMahon. That Shane McMahon, a direct re-release of the classic Superstar Shane McMahon. So if you need a cheaper version and you want a loose one, but you want it on card, buy this one because it's the exact same. You can take it off card and bam, there you go. That's what I did. Shawn Michaels, Edge, a lot of reuse on this one. And then you get down to the Deluxe Aggression Series 22. You got Randy Orton, Triple H, Jack Swagger again, CM Punk, Batista, and Christian. 2009, like I said. There he is, off the card. See you later. See you later. How about a little glamour shot? Uh-oh, we got a little black smudge. Hopefully that's... I think we got a bug in the packaging. That happens with old figures. I think we got a bug in here. We got a bug. Call Termnex guy. Call somebody. There's old Jack Swagger looking only like he could look in the plastic prison. There's his pumpkin sheet. Pumpkin cookie sheet. Get this out of here. Gross. We got bugs. We got bugs with Jack Swagger. I'm going to put this to the side very simply. I don't want that everywhere. I don't know what happened there. Who knows? Oh, and we got... So this is one of the bad things. This is the worst thing about Jakks figures back in the day. Is it was really Russian roulette when you'd open these guys up. You guys would open these up, and sometimes the arms would be loose. Sometimes they'd be tight. Unfortunately, Jack Swagger's a little bit loose. Not terrible, but with any play, any posing around, moving around, it's going to loosen these arms up. So that was... That's So Jakks. That's So Jakks moment. The head scans, the packaging, other people complain about? No. My complaint is the loose arms. And if you guys have any Jakks figures, you understand the loose arm issues over the years. That's what happens out there. But this Jack, a beautiful figure. I love the singlet going on. I love the coloring on the singlet. You got the knee pads. No sticky disease. No Jack sticky disease here. I like that a whole lot, as you guys know. But the one thing I always found weird about the Jack Swagger head sculpts with Jakks, there's a lot of Jakks going on here. The head is nice, but it's always too big, and he almost looks like Jay Leno or something. I don't know. His head just always seemed big, like some kind of like ogre is what he looks like. Some like crazy ogre mutant type guy with a huge head and just jacked up, ready to wrestle. Just always looked a little bit suspect to me, but man, it is disappointing, though. I do like this figure a lot. I like the black, the silver, and the purple. I really like the looks. I even like the head, even though it looks ogreish, but it does fit him. It is him. It looks like him. I like it a lot, but man, these loose arms really bum me out. It's really a bummer. Especially if you're a young kid playing. Maybe if you're so young you don't care. But if you're young and you're collecting, you're a teenager or whatever, and you get something like this, you're like, man, that's disappointing. Right out of the package, loose like that, just kind of breaks your heart. Just breaks your heart is what that does. And that's what it did to me. It broke my heart. But it is what it is. But we got the pan. And we've got two solid figures here. Two solid pay-per-view Jakks era figures. Can't go wrong with either of these. I think this Eric Bischoff will hold up value. It is still pretty hard to get. Swagger is what he is. But Eric Bischoff, very cool to get in the referee gear, especially if you want to reenact that moment. I could see a cool display with all those guys in the ring. Who knows? Maybe I'll put one together one day. You never know. Stay tuned, I guess, was what I'll say. But very, very cool here. Two Ruthless Aggression greats, we'll call it. But what do you guys think? Did you have these figures? Any thoughts on them? Pass on them? Don't care for them? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We got a ton more Ruthless Aggression unboxings to get through. They'll come. I'll pepper them in every once in a blue moon when we got some downtime and stuff like that. So be prepared for more in the future. That's why you should subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Support the channel. So there it is for Jack Swagger and Eric Bischoff. I am Kyle. I will see you guys all real soon.